what is up, Mzansi? I go by the name of Loyiso Mngani. And today, I'll welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of an About Me interview. On set, joining me today is Lynn Cupido. In the studio, we're about to find out more about her music career, like a lot of things, man. But yeah, it's about time. Lynn Cupido,
yes.
Welcome to my episode.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. So I have like few questions based on your music career. I heard a lot of news that you've been pushing your music ever since. I won't mention the year, but like ever since you get me. Okay, cool. So first question, can you tell us, can you give us a bit of a background? What are you doing as a musician? How did it get first like interested in your music, and what inspired you to do this music thing?
Okay. Well, my name is Lynn Cupido. I'm a singer-songwriter. I am all the way from Kimberley, Northern Cape, but I'm Cape Town based now since 2017. A little bit background would be that I grew up listening to different genres around the house, but the main thing for me was the songwriting skills. So I fell in love with songwriting first before doing the whole singing thing, and I studied that, and as I grew up, I got more involved in the different genres and the sound and the music in general. Yes, when I was the first time I was introduced to a recording studio, that's where I got the hang of singing. I was always in competitions, dancing, modeling, so that's where I got my stage presence from, I would say. And when I moved to Cape Town, that's where I took my singing seriously. So it came more naturally being surrounded by creatives and getting the hang of the whole music thing. So yeah.
Cool, interesting. So like, I heard you just mentioned something about modeling and stuff, but why music? Why did you choose music though?
Because I like the fact that you can't do anything without music. Okay. And it's something that will always be here, will always stay here. If you're not here anymore, you will leave some kind of legacy behind. Mm-hmm. Understand? So, and the message, the production of it, the sounds of it, and the songwriting of it. So the storytelling in it's the most important thing for me, to connect with audiences and with different people. So I think the songwriting and the storytelling is the main thing, the main reason as to how I got into the music business, because it's a way of expressing yourself and also a way of inviting people into your private space. Limited space, but private space, yeah. Into your mind, basically.
Okay, nice. Ooh, what a background. Oh, okay. So, what is your musical style or genre that you're busy doing right now? Or how would you describe your sound to someone who hasn't heard of your music?
My genre is Afrofusion and R&B. So Afrofusion is a fusion of Afro-pop music.
Afrofusion?
Yeah, so Afrofusion is the genre's name. So
it's my first time hearing that.
It comes from mixing Afro music with R&B, soul, neo, jazz, and all that soulful elements. So, like I mentioned before, I grew up listening to different genres around the house. And Afro-pop, because I'm a house music lover, that's my first love. Oh. But I felt like it feels like it's something that you have to stick with in a way when you do house music, but I want to explore more, but I don't want to go too far away from house music. So that's why I came across the Afro. And then when I studied that more, I came across Afrofusion. And that's like exactly everything I want to do, you understand, in one word. I was like doing research, like I want to do neo soul, jazz, and all of these things. So what's the one word I can use for it? And then I came across Afrofusion.
Afrofusion. To me, when you said Afrofusion, what came to my mind was like Afrofusion, as if like it's a confusion of Afro and house.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Confusion of Afro and
house. Yeah. So it's like I said, Afro beats, Afro beats, right? So when you put in all those extra elements, the jazz and the soul and the all those upbeat in one thing, then you can hear it. Because I actually heard it from Wizkid and Burna Boy. So they are like my influence. So I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting, and then to put it in one word, that's where I got.
Okay, speaking about you just mentioned the Burna Boy, Wizkid. So I want to know what some of your biggest musical influences and how they have impacted your music. I mean.
So house music is my first love, as I've mentioned, and it has to come from Duke Soul. He was an artist from home, Kimberley, and I grew up listening to him, and then I fell in love with the sound, the house music sound, and then as I grew up, I listened to Wizkid, and I just love what he does on Afro.
He's dope though.
There's no one I can't compare anyone else to his sound. So
even Burna Boy.
Burna Boy, but Wizkid is still the winner, bro. He's still the one. I get Burna Boy does the most, yes, but if I need to put number one, it's gonna be.
You have to watch your words. I'm a big fan of.
They're both good in the game, so we're just gonna put them both in. You understand? But yeah, he's like my main influence when it comes to Afro music. Yeah. But when I dig deeper into R&B and soul and jazz, from South Africa, it has to be Msaki and Boosie, vocalist. Shout out to her, and Monique Bingham. So they like my main influence in South Africa. But when it comes to my songwriting skills, there's Tiara Thomas. She's international. She's a Grammy award-winning songwriter, and that's the goal for me as a songwriter, because I started out with my music thing by writing only. Understand? So yeah, that's my influences. There's a lot more, but I don't want to name all of them. It will take a while.
It will take some time. Yeah, I get you. Okay, so speaking about Wizkid, your influence, where did you get it from? Like, what's your favorite song? Like, on these people that you just mentioned now. What are your favorite songs? Like, what songs that inspired you to write music specifically?
So when I heard Wizkid's, always like, Wizzy Boy, Make Me Dance. That was like a nice, fun upbeat thing. But when I listened to his albums more, I fell in love with Sweet Love. It's on his Sweet Love album. And then sounds of that album. And then from Inside. From Monique Bingham, it's mostly the one she does with house music, with Black Coffee and Ralph Gum. Take Me to My Love, that's the one where I fell in love with her. Yeah. Burna Boy, it has to be, what's the song's name? Oh my God, you're putting me on the spot now. What's the song's name? There's so many Burna Boy songs. I don't know where to choose from. Burna Boy, there's a lot.
All I need is your favorite song.
Why can't I choose one now?
So I just need you to just drop the name of the song.
On the Low, from Burna Boy, On the Low. Yeah,
when was it released?
When was it released? I'm honestly not sure. But it's from the African Giant album. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Now I have so many dates in my mind. I would just lie right now if I say when. And then Boosie needs to be Easy to Love. Msaki, it has to be Colors of Love of Colors.
That song,
Easy to Love. That's just
back to those days.
Yeah. So they play a huge role because they play around with different genres as well. They dig deeper into their sound, and I love that as an artist, where you don't limit yourself and you just explore because if you're a writer, you can do anything. You understand? If it's all about writing to the sounds that you hear, so the storytelling just comes naturally. So it doesn't even matter what type of genre it is. If you have the talent to be a songwriter and a storyteller, then it comes.
Oh, that was nice. I'm explaining about your favorite songs, whatever. But okay, moving forward. So, can you share some of your proudest moments? Or like proudest moments you've accomplished As a musician, yeah, I can put it that way. What are your proudest moments or accomplishments?
Okay, so I've been doing music for 7 years now.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the first few years, there hasn't been a lot going on.
Okay.
It's just me learning and studying, being knocked down, getting back up. So it has to be, right now, my proudest moment has to be releasing my song, Move. It's my latest single I dropped on the 17th of February. The work I've put in that, it makes me feel proud because it shows how far I have come as an artist as well, because I have released songs in 2020, but it took me 2 years to come back in the game, to say it like that. So my proudest moment has to be, I'm back now, and I have so much to offer right now. I've grown so much, and where I've performed in this last year, I think I feel the proudest when I'm on stage. You know, because I feel like I'm in my element there, and I'm just a whole different breed, which I love so much, you know. But it has to be being under management, finding a record label, having a team that supports me, who understands my drive. Finally having that after 7 years, you know. So it's a lot of years.
7
years, guys. I say,
I feel like this is the message to like other kids who's trying to like find their sound or find the, what did you say, record label or whatever,
find your
something
voice,
that is
you
related
know?
to that. You get me? It took us 7 years though.
And it's enough time. It's enough time to quit.
Yeah.
There was time when I was like, this is not going anywhere. I'm just gonna drop it. But then I sit back and I think like, what else am I gonna do? I don't know what else am I gonna do.
You have to trust the progress though.
I have to.
Because like it takes only 2 seconds to quit. Do you know that? For you to make that decision and be like, you know what, I'm tired now. I'm tired of pushing. I'm tired of like dropping emails. I'm tired of like recording, but my songs are not out there.
And I recorded so many songs. I don't even know, but there's like a lot of songs I recorded and I never heard them again. It's like working with people and they don't take you seriously, or they just don't think you that big enough to be on a project, or they just invite you to studio time and you do the best and then nothing happens. So that was very disappointing. But I am here now, 7 years later, which is my lucky number though.
7 years later, we are here together.
Yeah, thank God.
After 7 years, I've been like trying to get hold of her. Do you know that?
Yeah, so we are here now, and I think this is my year, and I feel very positive about it. And I'm ready. I've grown as a person, individual, as an artist. All my downfalls, I use that to drive me, and I am ready if you are ready, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I'm coming for you. Just be warned, just be warned.
It's a positive warning though. Okay, cool. So you just you've mentioned your challenges, all of that, but like, can you specify on what challenges have you faced as a South African like artist to your music specifically?
Okay.
Yeah, not just like music globally, but like to your music.
To my music.
Yes.
Okay, the first thing I have to say, it has to be finding my sound, because it took a lot of years to get there, because you're exposed to so many stuff and now you get lost because you want to do this, because people do that, you know. So it took a while for me to find my sound and get my voice. And actually, like I mentioned, I studied the genres as well. Like getting to the point where you need to take everything you have in your mind and put it in one word that's not confusing to the masses, but you understand is understandable to yourself and for the rest of the people. So that has to be to find my sound and to actually get the people, right? To meet the right people that understands your drive and that's open to helping you while curving you as well. And I felt like I was exposed to a lot of talented people. I started off when I moved here, I started off at SAE institution where I met a lot of DJs there, and with the likes of PDJ from Metro FM, Jimmy from Nigeria. We worked on projects, Gamer Sports. There's a lot of people I can name that I am grateful for, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my voice, because that's where I actually got to see the game, you know, and understand what's happening. So, yeah, getting the right people and for them to take me seriously, because I know I wasn't that big, or there was nothing for you like to go back on. That's on my name, you understand? But as an individual, I was ready, I was driven, I was willing to learn, and people, they didn't take me seriously, but it's okay.
He didn't take you serious.
It's okay.
It's okay. I mean, like, sometimes it can be okay though, but like sometimes you need like to put your name out there. You need to be like, taken serious, man, sometimes.
But if they, you know, who I was back then,
sometimes it can be bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
Like,
but you know, I
people
turned
are not getting what I'm doing. People are not paying attention to my stuff.
It was sad. It was very heartbreaking. But now I'm here, and all those learning curves, I appreciate them. I appreciate them now, because I am who I am throughout all those things. And it also gave me the platform to learn the game, to know who to connect with, how to connect with people. Because how else would you learn if you're not disappointed, you know? So, thanks for the drive, guys. Yeah, that's all I can say.
So now I want us to like, can you take me to the South African culture, music-wise? Like, how did it evolve, like, so far, judging from the years when you started making music? Can you take me to that?
Take you to that.
Yeah. How has it evolved, like, over time?
We have grown, one thing for sure. Right now we are hot, guys. We are doing the most, and I love that for South Africa. And I know I can vouch for a lot of people when I say that it's been tough for us. And speaking as a female artist, I feel we do grow through a lot of challenges. Not to say that male artist doesn't, but we both have our different challenges, you understand? So to be taken seriously as a woman, it is quite difficult in a male-dominant industry, you know. But I feel like we've come a long way. We've grown, and I love what we're doing now. We are crossing borders, guys. People, just the fact that we're crossing borders, the people are vibing with our songs everywhere. And it's mostly the rap game, definitely, but for the African types of genres, man. I like the fact that the Afrofusion, I like the fact that the African sound, you know, from our country, our nation, is being sent abroad, is being listened to abroad. I like the fact that people understand us now, you know. I think beforehand it was a bit tricky because of how things were portrayed or how things worked back then. I think people are more experienced now, they have more knowledge, they have more connections, and we are invested in ourselves. I think because we were at the point where people didn't take us as a nation seriously, we learned to do that ourselves. And when we did that ourselves, that's where the rest of the world is taking us serious now. You understand? That's why they are on top of us now. Because we see ourselves as what we are, and we're not gonna let any other country or whatever tell us any different, you know. Tell us, because there is no country that has what Africa. 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 Shout out to Africa. Well, us Africans, we are doing the most, guys. We are doing the most, and I'm super proud of us. And I love that for each and every artist that's doing the most abroad right now, because we deserve it. I mean, like, it's our time. It's about damn time. It's about damn time. And shout out to them also for taking themselves seriously. That's really a very, very important thing, important step as an artist.
Deep.
You see, like,
Deep. So, like, let's talk about the role that SA music have played in South African culture. So, can you take us through that? Like, what have you noticed lately, or maybe like few past years? Maybe like, what have you noticed in terms of South African music playing a big role in like South African culture? Yeah.
this is what to think about. I think something I have noticed is there's a lot of like the different genres in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it doesn't matter if you're a hip hop artist or if you're an R&B artist or I'm a piano artist. Everyone is actually mashing into the genres.
Yes.
It's like perhaps you now a rapper and I'm Afro, you understand? And Afro is the main thing or the sound that's popping right now. You are open to do that. And I think...
I can jump to an Afro at any time.
You understand? And I think it's a good thing as South Africans where we expose ourselves to different sounds because the African sound in general is a very important thing. And I think it's why people of other countries look up to us because of our different elements, our different beats, our instruments that we use, and it sounds it's so beautiful, you understand? And I love how any artist is taking the extra step to dive into the different genres in South Africa to explore in the culture of the music industry. Because I feel like they definitely do implement it in the industry. The culture, as you see from the videos, you will see when the live performances, they will always have a cultural theme on their sets. So wherever they go abroad as well, they take the culture with them. And when they come back, they leave the culture there. And then you will see what the remains are when they come back here or when we see stuff from abroad. And then like, our culture is there because people will be doing this, they will be doing that. I know sometimes we do feel a bit uncomfortable about it because it took them a while to actually, it took them a while to appreciate our culture. But I think this music and the sound that we put out now focus more on what we are as a nation. And we take that wherever we go and we leave that in different places as well. So when we do come back, we leave a message, we leave a mark around the world. So the culture has grown strong, guys. Culture is really strong. Hope that answers the question.
Especially after Mopiano, because like now the thing is, at first we had Kwaito, right? We had like hip hop, but hip hop was not too much as it is now. You get me? So we were more focused on Kwaito, but like we didn't bang out there to other countries. You get me? Because our sound was like kind of different. Now that we're fusing like the Kwaito vibe to
Amapiano vibes.
Now everybody's like paying attention to what we're doing in South Africa.
Because the culture. That's where the culture comes in. You understand?
So even those like who had listened to Kwaito back in the days, but like can also relate to Amapiano because like there's those elements you could hear from Amapiano songs that like you've heard maybe on the Kwaito song back in early 80s.
Early 80s, yeah.
And I like the fact that South African producers, especially Amapiano producers, like they bring those elements from Kwaito. Maybe like, I don't know, but like they have those elements taken from the Kwaito songs and they start to do like remixes of the Kwaito songs we had.
And it sounds so nice.
Sounds and you can find your mom relating to the song. But you don't understand that the song is like for 2000s. But you can see
everybody is vibing to it because they know the song, like the sample they used where it came from. So, and it's a good thing they use that to implement it in the new era and the genre that's happening now. Understand, into the sound of now, to make it our own. Because I'm a 2000s, you understand, we're making it our own, but it's still an old school song. It's the same that I did for I did a cover for Weekend Special, playing the fastest Weekend Special.
Oh,
And I made it the Afro beat, you know? So it's like, it sounds now, and the grown-ups, when I do perform it, and there's like grown-up people at the venue, they jam to it, they dance like on the floor, because they know, and it's a sing-along song. I didn't change any lyrics, I just changed the melody, the vibe to it. You understand? And I like the fact that they can still enjoy it as well, because it's a lot of... They're familiar with the element. You see, you use the same culture, but you put it in what's happening now, because we evolve, you know.
Yeah. As Ricky said, man, we never die, we multiply.
Yes, definitely.
That's how we evolve, you get me? Okay, so how do you approach the creative process when writing or recording a new song or your music? Let me put it that way.
My favorite time of the day. My favorite time of the day. Well, I think my songs is very emotional. It's very deep, because I am a very deep and emotional person myself. But the weird thing is, though, when I do write my songs, I write it a cappella, where it's just me on a random day. I have these random thoughts and I have these random lyrics in my head. I will just think about something, and then I will write to it, I'll record myself, and then I have this different approach where I receive a beat, and then I write to the beat, and then that tells me a different story. So when I have to say the writing process, how that goes is, it's never the same when I do it just a cappella and just me writing, because there's a lot going on in my head, and I always write. I literally write every single day. And I don't know, it just comes to my mind, and then I start singing the song and then start recording it. So when I do go in the studio and I want to record that song, it needs to be a beat made from scratch, because that song has its own drive, its own elements, its own story, as to the one when someone sends me a beat. And then I will maybe think of using the lyrics that I have, but it just doesn't feel right. The story doesn't, because the beat tells me a whole different thing. Understand? So then I dive into the beat thing. But the storytelling with my writing is, I tell stories from different perspectives. So when we do have a situation, I write about the experience as the artist or the muse or the person in the situation, but also about the people, the rest of the people in the situation as well. So like I write from different perspectives, and I think it's a learning curve for myself and for the listeners to acknowledge the fact that even though you do feel how you feel, you should bear in mind that there's a lot of people around you that feels what they feel. So to take that into consideration, that's how I want my listeners to receive my message, to take that in consideration, that you are not alone in a situation, because I write about love, you understand? I write about love, I write about challenges that we have as individuals, but the thing I don't do in my music is I don't write for a specific gender. So I will never mention the he or the she, unless it's a third person. I'm talking third person, you understand? So if you listen to my song, I know I'm writing this song too, but you can, the way you receive it, you can sing it to whoever you want to sing it to, you understand? There's no he or she in it. It's just a general song for anyone to listen to, anyone to vibe to, because the main thing is to focus on the emotion that the song brings out, instead of, So talking different perspectives, I can't break it down as to just one person or two people in a song. You need to generalize the whole experience or feeling.
You need to accommodate
everyone. That's...
I feel you. So any upcoming projects, collaboration, what more can we expect from your side?
I am releasing an EP this year. It's called Seven.
Took you 7 years.
7 years. And
I mean, I get the message behind.
You get the message. 7.
It took us 7 years to come with the name of the project called 7.
And that was not even the name of the first project I had in mind. When I'm like, okay, this is going to be my first project, this is going to be the name. They had a whole different name. But when I actually realized, like, 7 years. And there's a lot of things going on around the number 7. Bad memories, good memories, bad stories, challenges, and I felt like this is a good way for me to implement that emotions into my EP. It is about love, it's about different perspectives of love, different stories about love. It's the good, the bad, the sad parts, the depression parts, the disappointing parts of it. And yeah, I'm excited for you guys to hear it. I definitely do dig deeper into my vocal ranges, my different sounds. There's R&B, there's Afrofusion, there's a little bit of jazz and everything. So there's Afrofusion in Move, my latest song that I dropped from the EP is the first debut single of it. And then I go into the R&B and a deeper soulful vibe. So there's a lot going on, but I am super excited for you guys to hear it. So I have a few more to go before it's out yet, but yeah, I will give you something before the EP, so don't worry.
Okay, you have to though, you always that. I mean, you have to, so like, to people that that don't have the history behind the name of the project 7. So what are your words for them? What can you share with them before you drop the project?
I feel like they should definitely open up themselves to the EP because it is a deep EP. I call it like it is. I'm straightforward. I'll call you on your bullshit. I'll call myself out on my own bullshit because that's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from all different perspectives, you know. So, okay, it would be whatever has happened in my life or in other people's life. I write not only by my own experience, you understand? Like, I might not feel like this at the moment, but someone is feeling something. And then I will write about that because I know they can relate to it, you understand? So it's me writing a message to the masses, you understand? And what I want from you is to listen to the EP, to feel it, to admit what I'm saying, and to acknowledge what I'm saying. Yeah, to acknowledge it, because I think I've grown as well while writing the song. I called myself out. I accepted that this is my bad flaws, this is my good flaws, and that's what I want for the next person as well. So this EP has made me grow as a person, individually, as an artist as well, because I dive deep into my own experiences. And it's very nice, guys. Like, the experience I have making this, I really, really can't wait to share it. There's 7 songs. The EP is called 7.
Yeah.
Each song. It's very deep, I know. But wait until you hear the EP. Then you will say, God, this is deep. But I'm a deep person, like I said.
I can even understand now that the EP is going to be deep because, like,
It's
the
going
history
to
behind
be
the
deep,
7.
bro.
The history behind the number 7, it's not just the number 7. It took you like 7 years to be here today. It took you like 7 years for you to come with 7 songs under the project called 7. You get it?
Yeah,
So like,
it's deep.
it's deep, man. I kind of relate to what you're saying now, to the history of the number 7. And like, I so wish, man, other people who are watching now can also relate to what you just shared now. I mean, like, 7 years, it's not just like...
It's not child's play.
Man, I mean, 7 years.
7 years, can you believe it? And it flew by so fast. I know sometimes I'll think, I'm like, this is like a lot of years, guys. But then there's days where it feels like, okay, it's not that long, you know? But this EP made me realize, like, it's 7 years. It's a lot of years. And
I mean, like, you were doing modeling, you could have like branched into something else. Maybe like you could have been like Zuzubini now.
You know, and I was close to that. I was close to that for the Miss Essay thing.
But like you chose to stay on your music path.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm not giving up, I'm not quitting until I get my project. 7 years. After 7
And you know what's
years.
funny? Okay, I'm gonna spill some personal beans right now. I'm 27 this year.
Okay.
And my birthday is on the 27th of September. So it's my crown birthday as well.
Okay.
On the 7th year of my music industry. So
After 27 years.
After 27 years, I'm releasing 7 on the 7th year of my music career. So yeah, there's also something deep. And I told myself, like, when I reach my crown birthday, I set some goals out for myself that I need to release an EP. I have to release an EP by then, be on TV by then, and I achieved all of that. And now, I think there's also a way of how I came to the name Seven, because like I've done what I set the goals out to be, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It took a long time, but I am happy that it's actually happening on the year that I told myself I should have done this by now. So
all the best, man.
Thanks so much for 7.
Yes,
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yes, you keep trying. I mean, like, all the best, man, for your project. I want you to give like few words, or just share a few words with kids, youngins that are still pushing their things out there, or maybe we just started up. So what words can you share with them? What motivation can you give them? Like, after 7 years of you trying to be here, trying to be out there, trying to push your thing, trying to get your name out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an artist, when you're starting, you have that tendency of trying to get your songs on radios, to submit on TVs, you get me? So like, what message do you have for kids who are just starting up this music part?
It definitely has to be to make sure that you keep your mind sane. Find the drive, find your drive, find out and make sure that this is what you want to do. Because the moment you start, you can't stop. Because if you stop, you're gonna be left behind, my bro. You're gonna be left behind, and you can't afford that in this industry, because it's fast paced, and yeah, there's a lot of growth that needs to happen. Like, a lot of growth needs to happen. And I feel the most important thing is to make sure that this is what you want to do. Find your drive, keep going at it. Don't, guys, please don't give up. Because if this is really what you want to do, you know, the challenges that you face, the ups and the downs, use that as a gateway for you to achieve what you want to achieve. Set goals for yourself. Don't be too extreme, because you know life happens, shit happens, and then you can't always get to what you want, you know. So start small. Find the right people, find the right team, find your voice, find your sound. Study. We have access to so many stuff right now. YouTube, it has everything. YouTube has Google has everything. So we can't say we don't know. We don't know how it works. Yes, we might not have the right connections to help us get our stuff on TV, get our stuff on radio, but you can search and learn how to do that. You can find the people, you can search for these people to help you do that. So you have a way to get to the point that you want to get to, you understand? But the main thing is to never give up. I didn't, and you see me now, so don't let this 7 years of my hard work, blood, sweat, and tears be a guideline for you to stay focused, stay grounded, keep your mind sane, don't lose yourself, because it's very easy to do. Find something that will take you back to your individual self. What I did, I will write a lot. I will write about exactly what I'm feeling, exactly what I'm challenging, what my challenges are, and then I read that back to myself. I write what I don't like, I write what I do like, what I expect from myself, what I want from myself. And then when you read that back to yourself, that's a way of reminding yourself, what you want and who you are. And then when you have that information, you go with that and you stick to that, and then you do you. Basically it. Yeah.
Okay, so last question. How do you hope, or like, let's say this project called 7.
I think you like this. You like the name of it.
Man, it's quite amazing. It's quite interesting, you know. I won't lie, it's quite interesting. All the best with the project, man. But before we move to the last question, so I want to know, or I just want to tell the audience, or the youngins, or the kids that are starting up their own music path, guys, this is the living proof of never give up. This is the living proof of never give up. After 7 years, she's been trying to get her name out there, pushing on radios. Like, she even did modeling, right?
Modeling, dancing.
Yes. A lot of things, man. She's been trying. She's been like
trying to squeeze in, you know. I was like, okay, this music thing is not there. Okay, let me model. Because I grew up doing it, but I'm like, okay, this is an easy way in. But it also took longer, but I'm like, I want to do it this way. I want to do it the right way. You understand? Not curve around. Because if I do curve around, then I miss my opportunity to learn what's going on in this path. So, yeah.
Okay, last question, ma'am. So, moving to the last question, how do you hope or wish that your audience can relate to your project that is upcoming? How do you hope like your music can communicate well with them?
Well, I can't speak for everyone on this, but I know we have difficulties and challenges ourselves as artists to making sure that the music and the message that you send out is going to get to the people, understand? Because people have the different sounds, but I also study what people are listening to now and what's the sounds, because it's very important, because you can't be doing something else and then people are on something else. Then you're not going to get heard, you understand? So what I want from them is to give me the chance to dive deep into their souls, because that's what I'm doing. I dive deep into mine and my producers and my managers. So I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to leave a mark. I want you to understand me, and I want you to understand yourself better through my music, through my storytelling, because I'm a very upfront person. I'm very straightforward. You might not like what I have to say. It might come off as a bit bitchy sometimes, but I feel like sometimes you just need to hear what we have to hear. And we tend to avoid that a lot. So I'm very honest in this EP. I'm honest about my own experiences. I'm honest about experiences in general. And I hope when you listen to this project that you can dive deep into yourself and understand that this is where I was wrong, this is where I felt good, this is where I should improve myself. And I hope I am going to have a permanent listening ear, a permanent supporter, because what I did with this EP is not to play around. I'm not playing around. I'm done playing, I'm done being played with. I'm very serious with my craft now, and the goal is to reach a lot of people with this EP, because I've put in a lot of work. I haven't slept in months, like properly for 8 hours, I haven't, but it's worth it, and you will definitely hear it in my project. Yeah, and I'm super excited about it. Like yesterday I just recorded one of the songs, and it's a ballad, and it's very deep. Yeah, there's a few ballads and a few songs, because my theme is to be sensual and soulful and sexy and honest and deep and warm, you know. So
you say your sound is Afrofusion.
Afrofusion, yeah, Afrofusion and R&B.
Afrofusion, the confusion of house and Afro.
It's just a blending of
But
it
I'm kidding,
all,
though.
of all the African elements, the jazzy elements, the warm and soulful elements. And with the bonus, it's my voice. So
Oh, the bonus thing, your voice.
the bonus is my voice because it complements it very well.
Yeah.
And it took a long time for me to figure that out and to find the right sound, my right voice that works well together. So I am so excited. I'm really excited. It's getting closer. It's getting close. I'm not gonna release any dates or estimation, but it's close. It's close.
You gotta bring it in though, cause like I'm more interested on hearing what on your songs, like what you've delivered, what's the message behind. Cause now I know the history behind the project, so I wanna actually listen to the songs. I wanna listen to what you say.
And you guys are definitely gonna enjoy it more because now you have all the live conversation and information. Yeah. But
Ish. Yeah, man, that was deep. That was deep, to be honest. Okay, so where can we find you on socials? Like the people that are watching right now, if they wanna search about you, they wanna find you on the grams, maybe Facebook, whatever. So where can we find you?
I am on Instagram is @meet_Lynn. So it's MEET, like it's nice to meet you. Meet_Lynn.
The art behind that. The art behind
Yes, so it's Meet Lynn, you meeting me, you know. And then Facebook is Lynn Cupido SA. On YouTube is Lynn Cupido SA as well. There is TikTok, Lynn Cupido SA. I want people to know where I'm from because it's not just going to end in SA, you know? It's not just going to end in SA. We are coming for you. We are coming for you. Yeah, so that's me.
Yeah, that was okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was her. You can find her on those social media links. We're gonna like put the description links. I mean the links in the description below, where you can find her, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever, man. We're having her today, so you're gonna have her on your socials also. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we drop another episode. It was nice having you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it, and thanks for setting the platform for me to expose myself and to introduce myself to your masses and the rest of the world. And I hope we will see you on my social media.
Yes. I'm your host Loyiso wa Mngani, but abanye benu bandazi ngoLloyd Flex. Umadiba uyemi umnqolo umsebenzi sophicho. Till I see you on the next episode.
Bye.